Here we go, chapter 5. And fingers crossed, we're gonna get Anna's route. I'm not sure if it's gonna be good or bad, but she's the character I've been trying to go. And I've had all the chapters this time, so yeah, I'm optimistic. Here we go. It's the day of the fireworks. After a night of turbulent dreams, my consciousness returned to the shores of the waking world. Today's the day of the big fireworks. Who shall I bring? Anna, there you are. Oh, what's gonna happen? It's all turned bad. That must be her. Howdy doody. Looks like you're good to go. I don't think you want to go to a community event like this one. Anything can be fun with the right company. Okay, with that argument, we could just stay here. I haven't seen the fireworks in years. With all the crazy shit that's happened to me recently, maybe there'll be a reminder of better days. Better days? You don't usually talk about stuff like that. It's because I don't give a damn anymore. Who cares if you know about me? Who cares if the entire town knows? I certainly don't. These days, I'm just trying to make the most of whatever is left. Okay, let's go then. After a few minutes of walking, we arrived at a rather empty looking area near the edge of town. So much for the whole town being out to watch the fireworks. Yeah, I'm not going to those places. I'm kind of a celebrity, you know. Really? For better or worse, people know about me. Of course they would, given my intellectual status. Or maybe you just don't want to be seen with me. No, that's not it. Actually, that would be quite fun. It would be only another reason for people to be jealous of me. Okay, it's starting. We waited quietly as the stillness of the night enveloped us. Soon I heard the sound of the first rocket making its way into the night sky, after which it exploded in a pattern of colours. More rockets followed, their thunderous noise echoing throughout the land. And here come the fireworks. Here comes that epiphany, that realisation hit me. Considering how public of an event this was and how everyone would be watching the fireworks, now would be the best time for Reza to make his move. Not only was the village basically deserted, but the sound of the fireworks would also overshadow any gunshots, giving him as much security as he would ever need. As the portal had been repaired by the mysterious person I met, now was the perfect time for Reza to make his getaway, and I was the only one who knew. Anna, we need to go now. Really? The fireworks just started though. I know where Reza is and we need to stop him. Speak for yourself, that's not my problem. This is much bigger than you, are you going to help me or not? Okay, just for you. What do you want me to do, fight him? I'm not sure if that's such a good idea. I want to try talking to him first. If you can buy us some time, maybe I could get some help. Perfect, he'll be at the portal, let's go. Off we go to the portal. I arrived at the portal just a few minutes later. I couldn't help but be glad that it was turned off and didn't appear to have been used recently, but it meant Reza was still here somewhere. I looked around, thinking about where it could be or if it was worth waiting for him here when I saw something out of the corner of my eye. There was a suitcase leaning against the portal. When I opened it to check the contents, I was surprised to find a few eggs inside. I had no doubt that this was Reza's doing. Apparently, he'd broken into the hatchery again, stashing the eggs here, but he hadn't used the portal yet. Why? Given that he hadn't left yet, he clearly still had unfinished business in the area. The underground building. The administrator told me about the prowess of the generators within. It probably hadn't been hard for Reza to guess the same, or to try stealing them from a place he knew would be even more deserted than the rest of the village was right now. He also didn't have far to go from the portal. All things considered, it was the only option that made sense to me. I could have waited for Reza here, but in the end I decided it would be better to meet him underground. If there was going to be a confrontation, I was sure I'd have the advantage in a more crowded space. Even in the darkness, it was easy for me to spot the site where they'd unearthed the building's entry, as it was in a roped off area that I had seen from afar before. And in we go. Reza, where are you? Suddenly, one of the doors opened. Out came Reza, carrying a large cardboard box. When he spotted me, he set it on the ground. You're here. You don't know how glad I am to see you. I've wanted to talk with you for so long. I even tried to contact you, but I couldn't with someone tailing you the whole time. But talking can wait, now you're here, we've got everything. Help me with this and let's go. Nope. What are you talking about? I ain't doing nothing until you answer a few questions. You wanna talk? Why not? So yeah, we've done this conversation about 4 or 5 times already. So I'm just gonna skim it briefly. I'm sorry, I can't read this. not each time. Basically, we know the world's going to end, the comet's on the way. We need the generators to stop the comet from hitting the Earth. And Reza wants the generators to save humanity. And he's not trusting that the generators will be enough to save the Earth. So he wants to take the generators before it's too late. And yeah, he's just gone a little bit crazy. Okay, we're coming to the point now where things are coming to a head. Here we go. Listening to you is fun and all, but the grown-ups must get back to work now. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't stop me now anyway. But maybe I can. Here comes the cavalry. It's Maverick. Suddenly, Maverick and Anna appeared next to me. Here we go. Maverick's really easy to find, isn't he? He's showing up all the time on these. You planned this, didn't you, Ishio? You traitor. Yes, I am. And to think I let you distract me with such a cheap trick just because I thought there was still a shred of humanity within you. Here comes the gun. He pulled out his gun, not sure which one of us he should be aiming at. Let me go and I'll forget this thing ever happened. You got 6 bullets for 3 people, mate. Do you really think you can do that? Do you think this is worth risking your life for? I've been risking my life every day for the last 2 weeks. What did you do during that time? Sip champagne in your nice apartment? Besides, this generator and the whole building came from our time. They belong to humanity. Suddenly, the administrator came out of the shadows in the hallway behind Reza. No, they belong to me. Confused, Reza spun around, aiming his gun at the newcomer who was slowly walking towards him. Who the fuck are you? Freeze! Do you want to waste your bullets on me? Feel free. You can't stop all of us. If you say so. Bam! You've been shot. He pulled the trigger and the administrator fell to the ground with a dull thud that knocked off her mask. Oh, you got shot. Now what happens? Things turn crazy now. My first instinct was to run away, but as Maverick started charging, so did Anna and I. Here he goes. Blam! Maverick was fast, pouncing on Reza before he had the chance to aim at any of us. He was knocked to the ground, and Maverick embedded his teeth into the body before him. Reza was screaming. He aimed at Maverick's head and frantically pulled the trigger twice. Oh shit! The jaws dislodged and Reza aimed his gun in my direction. Out of nowhere, Anna tackled me, shoving us both out of the way before Reza unloaded the weapon in our direction. Both of us were seemingly unharmed, and by the time Reza was reloading his gun, Anna was already up again and running towards him. Bam! Just as he raised his arm to aim at her, she jumped and collided with him, causing him to miss his target wildly. She was on top of him now, raising a hind leg before slitting his throat with one of the large claws at the end of it. Immediately he slumped. Blood gushed from the wound, and he helplessly squirmed on the ground, and horrible distorted noises left the severed windpipe. After a few seconds, his movement stopped, and Anna returned to me. Reza, you did. And yeah, you kind of deserve that one. Sorry, mate. Are you okay? Yeah. We went to check on the others, but both Maverick and the administrator were dead. Oh, Maverick took them headshots though. And this one, she dead as well. And Reza's dead, so we're up to 3 deaths so far, pretty crazy. In the weeks that followed, the dragons prepared for the comet. I, on the other hand, spent more time with Anna as she opened up about her condition. When the time came, the dragons executed their plan, and by utilising the underground building's generators, the comet was ultimately diverted and never hit Earth. Even after they recovered and power was restored to the portal, I knew that I wouldn't be able to return to my own time as the administrator Izumi had deleted the coordinates I needed to return home when she repaired the portal a while ago. While she had her own reasons for doing this, it meant that my only options were to stay here, or to use the portal and the coordinates you'd entered to travel back in time and return to the day of my arrival in this world. However, I wasn't very concerned about that at the moment, as I spent my time in the world accompanying Anna on her journey. For her help in stopping Reza, she was awarded the highest honour the council could bestow upon her, citing her bravery and exceptional service to the community. As a result, the case against her was dropped and she was cleared of all charges. In the months that followed, I was with her during her cancer treatments and could only watch as her condition worsened by the day. By this point, she was living in a hospice and had become thin and weak as her disease had eroded her both physically and mentally. Okay, so what did the doctor say? Who cares what the doctor says? I know he sugarcoats everything. It's not going to be long now, or else I wouldn't even be here. I'm not sure if there's any sensible way to ask this, but we're talking about less than a week. Besides, I'm the one who's dying here, not you. No reason for you to be so upset. She looked away from me as I saw tears welling up in her eyes. And to think that in your world, you already had a cure for cancer. How pointlessly tragic. Yet here I am, being what I never wanted to become. Wow. Oh. At least I'm not alone. A few days later, she passed away quietly in her sleep. The council held a funeral in her honour, which I didn't attend. Now that I'd been with Anna until the end, I had a decision to make. I could either stay here, accept this outcome and all its consequences, or by using the portal and Izmir's coordinates, travel back in time and return to the day of my arrival in this world. This way, I could get the chance to try it again. No doubt, it would be a risk to relive this rollercoaster of emotions. After all, I'd have to go through all the events and their dangers again, but maybe it would be worth it. Oh man, and that is one of Anna's endings. I've now done one ending for each of the 5 main dragons, so yeah, I guess I need to try and get all the alternative endings. There's also a true ending in there somewhere as well, so I guess we're gonna have a little explore. And yeah, this is, sometimes it can really mess you up. It can be quite heavy themes in the gameplay and the story and that, but I do enjoy this game. It is quite interesting and quite fun to get through. But for now, this is Ushio signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.